And actually, Reid Hoffman's book, The Super Agency, which I've listened to and I've now got in hard copy as well, is brilliant with that. You know, it talks a lot about society and where we've been in the past. And the one area that really sticks in my mind is mental health, which is that we do not have enough support for mental health in any part of the world. Rather that you had the support through, you know, a trained AI who could help you respond to you, who knew your issues, who could help you
absolutely
with limitations and with boundaries, or have nothing at all. And I think
because the alternative is nothing at all most of the time.
And I've seen that with my son, you know, which is like, you're desperate for help with children. There is nobody. The NHS can't help you. CAMS can't help you. There aren't even any private people that have got space. They say to you, oh, I can see you in 3 months' time. Well, the crisis is now. I need help right now. So
and also, it doesn't always have to be the replacement, isn't it? It's like this with suffix and things. It's like, it doesn't, the powerful bit for me and the kids using AI is like all of their interactions are driven by this configuration. The configuration is all around, you know, all the things we want our kids to have. So like growth mindset and, you know, balance and establishing healthy balances across your life, across studies and health and all these kinds of things. And it's like, you're doing that as a parent, you know, we're all doing that as teachers. We're doing our best to support our kids like that. But why not have actually in the interactions with its AI, why not have bits and bobs just chucked in there? You know, as Vesper's interacting with it and, you know, Chase and all my kids, they're saying things like, you've done a great job today and good for you for studying, and, you know, you've made progress, and, you know, all of these things that they're just bits, you know, they're just little things here and there, but over time it really adds up.
We know that confidence is the most important thing. I've got several neurodivergent children, and actually that's the toughest thing about being in a mainstream school of any type, which is that you're not fitting into the box. And actually not fitting into a box is really difficult when you're young. When you're older and you're like me, you're like, I don't want to fit in a box, take me away from the box, I want to be different. But that's not when you're at school. And so I think having that mechanism to ask something that understands the national curriculum, understands you, understands, and you can ask it 10 times about a maths problem that you didn't in class and that you didn't have your hand up for because you didn't want, you know, you always have your hand up, or you're worried about what people say. So you can ask it 200 times if you want to. I still don't explain it in a different way. Oh my God, I love that. I've been asking it to some of this funding stuff has gone a bit beyond me. So I'm just like, tell me like I'm 12. You know, explain this, what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't understand it. Assuming a lot of knowledge that I just have. And I don't want to get it wrong. I hate getting things wrong. I want to get it right. So explain it to me. And I think that's the way that for children, oh my God.
So powerful. Yeah, exactly. And I think this is the thing that AI can do for us, that is just, these problems have not been solvable before. And that's the thing, like when we think of schooling, we've known for so long, we've known for, you know, decades now, that if we have this one-to-one attention for kids, their experience is so much better, the results are so much better. It is immensely powerful. But the reality is that nobody has, like the vast majority of people do not have that option. They don't have the option of a private tutor. They don't have an option of like a private coach or any of those things. The alternative is nothing. It's not is AI better than zero? And obviously parents get tired, you know, parents are tired and busy, and we are human, we make mistakes, we are, you know, not always consistent, we're not available 24/7, we're not always positive 24/7, right? But and that's fine because we're human.
And we try and teach them in a different way because we learn
and stuff that makes sense for us too, right? So I think that's the great thing I see with the kids being able to use AI, is that it's not to replace me or their interactions with me or their interactions with their teachers or their tutors. It's just something that is just always 100% available to them. You know, 24/7 they can go on and be like, you know, I'm stuck on this, and you know, it's 8 o'clock at night or something and everybody's busy doing other things, so can you help me with this thing? And like also understanding that like iteration sort of thing, I love that. Like Vesper is 14 and she's been using it loads, and she's like, I couldn't live without it now because I just feel like there's nothing that we can't solve together. You know, I used to get stuck on stuff and it would just be like, that's blocked, like that's it, I'm stuck on it, and I have to wait till like next Tuesday when I can ask my maths tutor, and she doesn't really have time in the class. They've got a bunch of kids in the class, but this is like, it doesn't matter what I'm stuck on, we will always find a way through because it'll just take a few go back and forth, and
it will never do her homework for her. And I think we built it into Sethix is just so incredible. It's like that filter, having had 3 teens go through the social media that actually having this filter on top, which, you know, they can upload their question for their essay poem, or here's my maths homework, and it will never ever do it for them.
No, it just says, let's do this together, which I think is so nice. Like, let's go through this together, let's take it step by step, you know. And it helps them, that's what I think is super powerful as well, is it helps them break everything down into manageable chunks, which I think is a massive education in itself, right? Just having an essay to do, and it says, let's break this down into manageable chunks, where should we start? And it uses Socratic method as well, so it's going back and forth with always asking the kid questions, right? So that it's eliciting the answers out of the child, it's not giving them to the child.
Yeah, no, and I think these are skills that are so important for the workplace as well. I was talking about this with my father on a walk the other day, which was, the skills that are required, and these are just across any type of job. This is not just knowledge-based jobs, but it's like prioritizing and and not giving up and questioning and curiosity. And these are all things that that are so important. But if you're in a school environment, often the speed to kind of to take on knowledge, everything else is kind of missed. Actually, and I think we found it ourselves with that sometimes you work with people and they don't know how to prioritize. They don't know how to prioritize, or they don't know how to not be told what to do, because school is a place where you get told a lot of time what to do.